Mm. We have a swan. I'm gonna set up the mic for the endless rumble part 2. Aha. Hallod, anyu? Nem. Igen. Én nem akarok. Nem? Nem, én most egy óráig videó olvasni akarok.
Jó.
I'm talking to my mom.
Igen, itt van ő. Itt a mama is. Itt a papuj. Örültök? Te örültök?
Nagyon. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay. I think it should be good. It's pretty good, this audio interface. This mini one. But could be better. A full audio interface would be better. But I didn't bring it this time. I was not in the mood. Okay. It's pretty loud in my ear. I have to take my loudness on the phone down, but it's not changing anything. So loud. Interesting. I have to talk into it like this then. Maybe that's the proper way to go about it. Okay. So I'm in a pickle because do I show you the sundown or do I show you the sundown reflecting on my face? These are our choices actually. What could I do? I could do an angle. I think this would be probably best. Because last time while I was rambling, I was looking at the sunlight, but actually I had to look at my phone because then I was like engaged. So I might as well just give up my own view for the POV of the audience. And that was my plan for the second time, for part 2. Oh, bro. It's gonna be more complicated than I thought. The swans are coming here, they see the movement. I don't have much to talk about, but then again, I never do. And it always lasts an hour, so. But I already streamed today, so I don't know how much I'm going to do. But okay, so we film in a way that we want. So first it's direct reel setup for the first 5 minutes. I'm thinking about it. So you always want the light to hit the subject, but we are in a situation where we also want to capture the light source. So just have to be checking the shot. It's not bad though. Maybe this one's really good. Okay, I think this is. Is this it? It might be it. The mic is a little bit far from. I need like a 2 meter cable soon. And everything is so loud in my monitoring headphones. I'm not sure why. Én honnan tudjam? Anya, honnan a fasz? Ja, a szél miatt. This lasted long. My mom says there is 3 swans behind me. Maybe we talk like that. How about that? Aha! Igen. Fél óra múlva. We're gonna play badminton tomorrow with my mom. The thing is, so today I live streamed kayaking with my mom, and one thing that I noticed is I watched it back and it made me quite sad, I have to say. That like this stream that was like one of my, and it was labeled as IRL by Kick, the streaming platform that I used. And the others were labeled just chatting, even when I was just chatting and doing something. But this time I was really doing something. I don't know, is it looking at like the transcript to movement ratio? Because it was kind of auto detected, or maybe detected from like the title, you know? So, okay, maybe like one story I wanted to tell for days is like my journey watching Stable Ronaldo's live stream on Twitch. Bro, like just like when I'm getting the concept of live streaming, I think this was a big lesson for me. So what is he doing? He's like collabing with another creator. So he is like in the car with him, and he's talking about how he just got an ear infection, and then he's talking about how he's got like fungi between all 10 of his toes. And then the guy, that's Stable Ronaldo, okay? And then the guy he was collabing with starts like looking at his phone. And then Ronaldo tells him to stop, bro. Can you stop looking at your phone though? We be working though. And then he gets back to talking about his like ear and his toe stuff. And I'm just like, it was so funny, like his standards of like really being present, but the content being like nobody would ever call that work, you know? I mean, who doesn't understand live streaming, of course. We are here on a mission of understanding live streaming. So I was watching this stream. I'm not saying it was bad. Like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening. Again? Anyu, mit szomorkodsz? Mit szomorkodsz? Mi van? My mommy's a little sad.
forgatni a lapátot, és bemutatta, és hogy nem
She's
fogta a
coming
karomat,
here. She's giving
nem
me a
fogta
live
a
stream.
karomat,
She's giving me an IRL. She's coming close.
ugyanilyen fokkal kell forgatni valahogy olyan irányba a lapátot, és nem folyik be. Ő szerinted vizes? Ő nem vizes. Tuti biztos.
Tuti biztos.
És nézd meg, nyugszik le a víz, fú, olyat fogunk kajakozni, ki se jövünk a kajakból egész nap. A kompjútert is behozhatod.
Okay. So yeah, the reason that Stable Ronaldo story, we're finishing that one. So I wasn't like consciously enjoying it, but I just, I don't research live streaming that hard. So if something's bad, I click away, unless it's some kind of morbid curiosity, which sometimes it is. I think maybe I could set in the settings for the app in the app for like how loud I want it to be. On most audio interfaces, this would be like a button, but on this mini audio interface, all controls are within the app. So I think that's why it's so loud. Maybe I should change it right now. Okay, I'm gonna try. I don't even know if right now like I'm on screen. Okay, no, I came back. I came back because the audio left when I left the app and went into that audio app. I really have to do that before next time. Now it's just going to be loud, so I'm going to whisper like that. But that's still kind of loud in the monitoring headphones. Yo!
Oké. Majd jövök kajálni, majd utánatok sétálok. Oké. Olvasok, nekik is olvasok.
My mom is telling me to read. I'm like, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read for them too, for the audience. Okay, we are finishing the Staple Ronaldo live streaming story. Okay, where were we at? We were at the part. Let me check if I'm streaming. I will never fucking finish the story. Okay, Endless Ramble Part 2 is streaming. I feel like it's good. I feel like it's a good title. Okay, where were we at? I can't finish up. What?
Mi van? Most ezért jöttél vissza? Igen. Hallod?
My mom is crazy.
Nézd már meg.
She's telling me to look at the sun.
És nézd meg, ahogy rózs.
Okay, she's right. I do have to look a little bit.
Hegyek fele. Hát hallod? Gyönyörű.
Mm.
Gyönyörű.
It's really pretty.
Legszívesebben itt maradnék, de muszáj mennie.
It's much better live. You're not getting it in this experience. I need better internet to live stream it. Jó, köszi, hogy megmutattad. Köszi, hogy jut is. She's coming here. She's like, son, Sven.
Ilyen gyönyörű.
That's the Sven. I'm calling him Richard. Do you see Richard?
Nézd már meg, ahogy halványodik el az egész. Nézd.
Jó, köszi, hogy kommentáltad. Jó, mentek? Majd megyek utánatok.
Ezért vagyunk itt.
My mom is like very great. She's jealous of the live stream, but that's okay. I don't stream. I just live stream 2 hours today, or 2 to 3. I'm trying to push. Nem kell itt hagyni, minden jó. Everything's good. Van törcsim, de itt hagyhatod a pulcsit. Aha. Hogy direkt bemenjek oda? De akkor már valami hosszút vinnék.
Jó, nem baj.
Jó.
Köszi. Már ne tudod.
Szia. Jó. Bro, I have to finish. This story has been on my mind for days about Staple Ronaldo, and we just have to finish it. Okay, so oh my god, there is like a mosquito on my tripod. There will be so many mosquitoes. Do you see it? Probably not. Okay, so Stable Ronaldo is telling the guy who is on his phone, can you not be on your phone? I think she's still talking to me. Okay. Can you not be on your phone? This is work. So we've established that Stable Ronaldo talking about his toe fungus is labor. because he's being present and he's being vulnerable. And these are really the two things that live streamers have to do. And I didn't really even recognize how much I was like attached to his live stream until they got to the gas station. Because, bro, at the fucking gas station, Stable Ronaldo was like, no, the collab guys. I'm gonna call the guy collab guy. This was like 1 week ago. And he goes like, he was like, oh, let's take the chat to the gas station. And Ronaldo goes like, no, let's leave them. And then he slams the fucking door on the chat, on like the chat window. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Are you serious? My jaw was down while I'm at like my fucking office chair in like my bedroom. So like, so that's like a very strong effect to have on me who is watching like live streams for research. So I was just shocked. I was just like, no, he wouldn't do that. He could never do that. And then like the collab guy comes back for the phone, like kind of simping, and he's just like, oh, and I'm just like, oh, we have been saved, because I felt whatever bond this is that is happening during live. There are like groups of people now here. So I felt whatever this strange bond is between people that changes, even when you're not interacting in chat, changes the nature of the content and how it feels. Because on a recording, would I have worried about stable Ronaldo? Like, people are ruining my video by having a good time on their holiday. That's crazy. JK, JK, but like not really. Okay, so now I went down from 2 viewers to one. Like whenever I mean, I don't really mean it. Okay, no, I have to accept that like there is a real churn. Like I have to not be so affected. Okay, I'm just like glad to have 1 to 2 to 0. Okay, it's all good. So let's not look at it. I think it's weird when I start talking about it. It's definitely weird. Okay, I guess that was the story. That was it. Yeah, I think the point of the story is like stable Ronaldo's awareness of. Oh yeah, and I think another thing is that like people on Kik come for keywords, and if I'm just saying endless rumble, like, do people really know like what the kind of things that I rumble about? Like maybe people who are like coming back like will know the type of content they will get. Like a new person will see like endless rumble by Lake Part 2, which was the current title, and like which part of that will they be like searching for on Kick, or you know? So maybe I could do some better titles, but it is a great title though, Endless Rumble Part 2, because I didn't really know what I would be talking about, and I still don't know. And like when I'm titling it for an action, like Endless Rumble Part 2, the initial title was like uh, napping and reading, or reading and napping like Jinxie or something, because I wanted to take a nap. And I've seen Jinxie take a nap on stream. And I thought that's, oh my, bro, people are loud. And anyways, I kind of wanted to do more chill streams. So that's why I don't really have like a big thesis right now on what I'm going to talk about. And maybe I shouldn't even be talking. Maybe I should just be chilling or reading. Like doing like a lower effort stream, doing more IRL. Like right now I'm pushing it. I've done like 2 hours of IRL streaming today, like from the canoe. So like I think like once you are streaming more than 5 hours a day, like as a live streamer, you just your content will like naturally change. And these moments of like vulnerability, and these moments, not moments, but like this like different stance, different relationship to the camera will like emerge naturally. Kind of what I've been doing so far is doing like 1 hour streams daily, but kind of imitating things that actions and topics I've seen from like live streamers. For example, like I've seen Kaisnat read, I've seen Jinxie sleep, I've seen Clavicular go to the club. So these were like kind of ways that I've seen Clavicular cry on camera. So I have had a whole stream where I just tried to cry on camera, like Clavicular. It was like my third live stream. But like back then I had no viewers. So that's like different. I don't know like how that would feel with viewers. Mm, we'll do it. We'll do it. Mm. I feel like now that I've titled it Endless Rumble, I don't want an endless rumble, but like whenever I title it anything else, it becomes an endless rumble. Like yesterday, I like pushed it for an hour, and after that, like I went out for dinner with my mom, and she was like, "What have you been talking about?" And I was just like, "I have no idea." So that happens. Are we going to read? Let's read a little bit. I think that we should read from from the book Thinking on Paper, and I want to find something about like the essay structure because like I think the thing that we need in these endless rumbles is structure. Why do we need that? It's because we want live streams to be cut into long form YouTube videos that are evergreen that can be watched back 3 years later and not just ephemeral for like my 1 to 5 viewers at the time, but also of course for them. But we want that experience to wrap up things that will stay. Okay. Okay. I will just read wherever it opens. Okay. A leading feature of these most common challenges is that most of the objections extend the reasoner's current model of the situation being reasoned about. That is, they tend toward elaboration of one's thinking about a particular issue. That's like me rambling, just like elaborating on stuff. As well, they are highly content specific and directed at questions that the available information or lack of it raises. Again, reasoning is probing, and the questions what, why not in their various form reflect the well-honed habitual responses of the competent reasoner. Together, they are a powerful force for generating the raw materials for writing. And now yeah. So, really, I look at my content, spoken word, as writing. And before this, like I had ambitions of being a writer, or maybe not ambitions, but some people say you are a writer if you write. I think I've changed my mind on that. I think that being a writer or writing anything, if you don't have an audience, maybe like you're not an artist. Like I'm sorry, like to myself, trying to prove to myself that I'm an artist without being seen for like the last fucking decade. But like now I'm thinking it, now I'm an artist, now that I have like right now I have 2 viewers. I'm a fucking artist, okay? And like the art is the question, right? Me putting this out there, that's the question. And then the viewer engaging with it, that is the answer. Like them watching, that's the answer. So now, yeah. But this is not the pure artist perspective, right? This is the perspective of an art dealer and art marketing. And that is the perspective that I'm taking to everything. So we will read on. We will now read a little bit on the chapter of induction and deduction. By the way, I'm kind of doing an audiobook with commentary. I wish I did it like with an audio interface that's bigger, but actually I should cross-check audio interfaces, you know? We'll have an episode on that. I want to do so many things. Induction and deduction. This is a good place to describe the connections between the methods of reasoning outlined above and the logical functions of deduction and induction. Whatever practical reasoning strategies one adopts, reasoning itself as a logical process goes in either or both of two directions. Emerged from the welter of facts at the periphery to a common core of general statements or principles, or outward from general principles or assumptions to particular facts or classes of facts. The one is called induction, from the Latin inducere, meaning to lead in, and the other deduction from the deducere, meaning to lead out or away. Both are forms of inference or ways of supporting a proposition or set of propositions by others in an argument. Induction is the ability to detect regularities in events and to generalize from particular instances. For example, by observing large numbers of trees, one might discover that largest of tamaracks, unless I don't know if this is related to like anything I want to talk about. I should really be doing some chapter picking in here. You know, I will just read up the stuff I've underlined. That's the best part. Anyways, um, deduction then is the ability to detect what is consistent or inconsistent with one's assumptions. What does or does not follow from them? Okay, I'm going to relate that to my earlier point about with the stable Ronaldo story. So I watched his live stream, right? And I have concluded from him telling his collaborator to stop being on his phone because they are working, and then Stable Ronaldo, talking about various mildly gross facts about his life, and then continuing to do so, that he has an awareness that this is what is expected of him and this is like his thing, you know, that this is his labor. It is not, he understands the game of vulnerability and it works. It worked on me. I'm a fan. Am I a fan? No, I wouldn't go that far. I've had a touch point. I'm on the touch point map to be a stable Ronaldo fan. My first touch point to him was the podcast, the Iced Coffee Hour. And then people were like, ah, I'm so surprised. I'm so normal. I was not expecting anything. So, like, I don't know what my normal is for a streamer, but I've seen many streamers come on that podcast. And that has kind of given me a window into this world that without like that wasn't just research that happened within the algorithm. Okay, yeah, I think this is a good one. So like I want my content to be like relevant to like the kick audience. And like, you know, like this is not quite a reaction video, but kind of like telling a story of what I saw in my live streamer research and then reading like a random book that I have and then relating back those concepts, connecting those concepts because everything is fucking related. You can connect any two ideas, you can draw a line. So I think this is a format. This is a format for me. And I think the goal of this format is to make one like fair use. You cannot just be straight up reading a book and making it an audio book and profiting from it. You have to have commentary. Two, who is my target audience? I'm streaming on Kick. I cannot be reading like random old ass books. You know, I have to know my audience. So I guess like a part of my audience could be like people who enjoy live streaming and people who like want to understand why, you know, and like what the fuck is going on here. That's what we're going to find out. Next underlined part. Do I just okay? I I have a question mark there. So we'll just read on. You need only examine the propositions asserted, assumed, to determine what can or cannot be deduced from them separately or together. Bro, these briefings, I can really hear it. Whereas to induce a reliable generalization to the effect that personal contacts are more effective than resumes in securing executive jobs, one would have to search the job histories of many executives in many businesses for the evidence. Like how? Okay, I watched Stable Ronaldo, but this was not my only point to draw this conclusion to deduce, right? Like I've seen Jinxie gamble in bed and then sleep in bed, and him drop from 20,000 viewers to 10, but that took like 20 minutes. People weren't dropping off quick. People were watching him gambling in the bed for so long, like with the screen, and you could barely see his face. It was crazy. I mean, I guess it's normal. Is that I understand why you would like watch a woman sleep, but not why like um, I don't know what they were hoping for. So yeah, I don't know. Like sometimes I look at it, like I see the streaming count, and I know that this is something that also like happens to big streamers. But um, mm, yes, I know that this is also something that happens to big streamers, like being anxious about their viewer count. But like I have like two people sometimes drop to one, and then I like become self-conscious about the thing that I just said. And it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with that. And sometimes there are you want to find the right audience, not just any audience. So it is really about, you know, not letting it. And I also just swipe. I So with Cake, where I'm streaming right now, I'm not as familiar as with Twitch, so I don't really know how the dynamics work. Also, like I have no keywords in my title that would like tell people anything about like what's my deal, what they can expect. So I think in situations like this, I should be expecting a bigger churn on Kick when I give a bad title. On Twitch, nothing happens when you have a bad title because nobody will discover you on Twitch ever under any circumstances. So this just is the way it is. Okay. So the scourge of deduction is inconsistency or contradiction. The scourge of induction is lack of evidence or too little of it. As the preceding examples show, induction and deduction are joined in nearly all arguments, if not always reliably or validly. Much of what we will call common sense reasoning, of the sort represented by the methods of reasoning above, is the combined. Okay, this is boring. Do we read from another book or do we find a better chapter? Or do we not read? Mm, I'm thinking. Yeah, so like also like one theory about like reading this book and why it's an inversion of like what Kaisena did after his rebrand to fashion. Okay, I'm very supportive of his rebrand, not of the rebrand to fashion, but like of him reading and like really like that's kind of rage bait. That was rage bait, bro, and like such a strong move, and like really knowing that like it's not something that his core audience like appreciates. So I feel like maybe it's not that smart to be doing, but like I cannot be going after words like what's popular. I have to be you have to be doing just whatever I want to be doing, right? Especially at this stage. I have to be just pushing the hours. Like when you're a Twitch partner creator, not a Twitch, when you're like a partner creator on Kick, then it becomes you kind of have to stream within 15 days of a month, at least 5 hours. So I think that like as a small streamer, that's a really good goal to set because that's the life you're heading towards, you know? That's life I am heading towards. So I shall be, comfortable with it. But right now, okay, so the mosquitoes started coming out. The sun started really going down, like really going down. And look, mm, this is the 360 that's happening right here. So yeah, so right now I'm about to go upstairs or just get a sweater, maybe get some like longer skirt, and then I'm gonna go and have like dinner with my family, with my mom and grandmother. So I guess a streamer would be streaming all of that. So let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. And I guess maybe I should change the title because it's not an endless rumble. We're actually moving to the into the IRL stage and really pushing the limits of like time spent streaming. And it's so important that all the top streamers are doing it. And are the bottom streamers doing it who want to be top streamers? I haven't been. But like I do really recommend to like being live for shorter and not like putting that pressure, especially if you're just talking the whole time, which is probably not that smart, but like I can't stop. Yeah, so it's just like developing the habit. I was just like looking at like my library on YouTube of my words, and I was just like, wow, I've been streaming every day. And then it's just also like nice for yourself to see. Okay, so wait, let's go back. My target audience is aspiring live streamers. I should put that in my title if that's what I'm talking about. But I don't know if that's what I'll be talking about. Right? How do I fucking know? It's been 40 minutes. Time flies. Time really does fly. Okay. So yeah, I've had this idea of like pushing my limits. Okay, let's just go. I will just get up. I will go to my hotel room. I put on a skirt off stream. That's going to be like a BRB situation. That's not shared. And then yeah, and then I woke to dinner and asked my mom where it is. It's gonna be like boring. And like one problem is that like my family speaks Hungarian and I'm the only one who really speaks English. So I kind of today was translating a lot to the camera. And also like the quality is really shitty because we are in this holiday spot and mobile networks only ever work in big cities, at least for me. Okay. I have to think about like where is it smart. And then I would be eating on stream. I guess that's what people do. Maybe this is just what live streaming is. It's not like fun and exciting at all times. So it's kind of like every day I have to like sink into the everydayness of it. Like if we think about like what moment, like that stable Ronaldo was just like riding in a car and wanted to leave his phone in the car. Me, as I was chat. I even wrote into his chat because he was complaining about how hard like being the creator life is, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, I had to. It's so fucking hard being a live streamer. Like I had to scratch, not scratch, scratch, like the yoga scratch. Like don't let my accent like confuse you." Although it might depend on me more. But he was like, yeah, I had to walk up, do some yoga, and then get a matcha, and now this fucking tripod won't work. And I was just like, it's a tough life. That's what I commented. And it wasn't even ironic. I get the tripod pain. Um, yeah, but this moment, these like very everyday moments have stayed with me for so long. For it was like a week ago that I watched this stream, and he wasn't even doing any of the stuff that I'm doing now. You know, what am I doing now? I'm sitting. Anyway, like these are my thoughts. Do I like there are two people? Do I ask them what do you think? I have to like ask. I think more straightforward questions. Like I don't know. I will just write anything in the chat. Or maybe I should update it. Like okay. So right now I feel like I'm up, like done talking about like mostly small creator stuff and streaming analysis. So I can't really rename it anymore. So like, what do I do? Like in general. Okay, what one does is one gets up. Can I? Mm, mm, Let's go. Yeah, I think I will stream maybe like the beginning of the fall. Maybe I try to stream lunch just like as an exercise for myself. But I should retitle it from Endless Rumble to like Rumble with an end or something like that. And it's not even by a lake then. But like I can't get hung up like on titles and stuff. This is bigger than this stream, you know? Building comfort with like long streams is bigger than any single stream and optimizing them. Also, like streaming, like the way Kick works, um, you have you get like more discoverability the longer you stream. So like actually like in my last 10 streams, people like person would show up like after 30 minutes. So and like the title also gives them like an anchor to talk about, or like I have a thing. But right now, bro, so many mosquitoes. I'm going. And also like the thing about people stopping watching you as well. Like why would that be offensive to me that a stranger stops watching me after 10 minutes, you know? That's really a question for my psychologist to answer. Okay. What do I do? I have to pick up so much stuff. It's just when the mic hits the ground, it's like it's painful for my ears. Okay, we're ready. So ready. The mosquito situation is crazy. The mosquito situation by lakes. Oh, but they don't really bite. They are more so. I don't know what they are doing. They are looking to. These mosquitoes are like in the mating stage, the mating stage or something like that. So they don't suck blood yet. But there is plenty of them. It's just. And I don't believe none of them suck blood, you know? Some sure do. Okay, I think maybe like something about the streams that would help, bro. Like, okay, I'm just like, I don't know, like something about the streams that would really like help me would be, okay, I can't even think because like three old men started staring at me. It's kind of annoying. But I would stare at myself too if I was saying this, you know. Okay, first floor. The internet might stop for a bit in the elevator. I love a mirror shot. This one's the best one, is it? Okay, I'm going in. I think they aren't here anymore. Hey, that was loud. Oh, my puppy's here. Hey, come on, baby. He's really old. So it's like really, he was just standing here alone. It's so sad. Baby, what's going on? Tell me. Mm. Okay, let's turn the lights on. Where the fuck are the lights? Yep, found it. Okay. Give me phone. Okay. What now? Getting a skirt, getting a sweater. You know what top I'm going to get? I did always want to do like a dress up thing. We should have a light here as well. Where is it? Bro. Is this what live streaming is supposed to be? Like this slow? Like I guess it's different from my previous like live stream podcast where I was just talking. Is this what live streaming is, guys? Like do I have to like address the chat? Sometimes I feel like calling out the chat is like too aggressive when there is only two people. But like, is this what live streaming is? What the fuck is it? Mm. Is this like an example? We're getting like an example stream. Are we streaming? Yes, we are. Okay. I never know. Um, yeah, I'll put on a jacket and like a long skirt. I'm thinking. Okay, look. Here, baby. Okay. His name is Kafir. Okay, this is the top, and the skirt is. I feel like when I'm throwing it, maybe it's too loud. Okay, it's been done. So, what are we going to do? I think I have to change the title. Mm, I feel like even though the title doesn't have any good keywords, it has like the right vibe, you know? Mm, I don't know, it's really hard. The part that I find hard about this, like I should put the jacket in because it's so not matching this top, you know? You know, the hard thing I find about like becoming a live streamer is that like I never know when I'm doing something right or wrong. Or like sometimes I know, but it's so not clear. Whether you like have chatters, I feel like when I had chatters, I was like, okay, this is my retention, this is like my activation. Now I like don't really know. But like also when I did have chatters, I was thinking about am I doing the right thing, you know? I think it also depends on the time. I feel like usually I'm streaming like later than this, and this might be like only the European time. Or is it? I don't know. Okay. I'm having too much anxiety on the results because I guess I've had like 5 times like consistently with chatters, and maybe the last three on Quick. The last three streams have been quite no pressure to anybody, to the one person who's watching to like put anything in the chat. No pressure. This is just me like sharing my experience for the ages, you know, not just for the person watching, but also for I don't know, like the YouTube compilation I'm making of this. So don't feel pressure. No pressure, okay? No pressure. Mm, okay. So now I'm gonna get going and I'm just going to walk and it's gonna be low pressure and not much happening. So that's my promise to my audience. And that's maybe what I should be doing. That might be the right thing to do. Living life. When you stream for like 5 hours or something, you do have to like sometimes walk somewhere, sometimes get dressed. I guess. Okay, I'm going to empty out my bag so that I can put my mic equipment back in when I need it. Okay. Mhm. I'm taking my I'm taking my books though. Mm. I wanted to tie up my hair, but it's not happening. Maybe we have so bad quality you can't see it anyways, so it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna get walking, and that's it. Is that it? I drink water. Mm, so what I think now, okay, this like 1 to 2, the audience popping from sizes 1 to 2, that is also a signal, you know. And I think what I've done is, you know, endless rumble part do? What were my last few titles? Oh, and I don't even know where I'm going. I have to ask my mom where she's at. I'm going to call it Theories of a Small Live Streamer. What the fuck is live streaming? Okay, these are all good title options. Let's call it Creator Support. That's actually the name of Colin and Samir's second channel, one that I'm a big fan of. They are, I think, one of my main people I emulate for YouTube. The two people I'm emulating on YouTube are Colin and Samir. They are one entity. I'm counting them as one person. And the other one is Tech Lead, who used to be a software engineer. Now he is just sarcastic and run out of content by his own admission. Yet I find just I think he's probably part of like why I became a YouTuber or me like finding this journey that I've had actually no success on other than like by my own judgment. And by own judgment I've made great content. Not this, but it has happened that I made great content. Okay, so we are calling it I mean, I guess I'm always talking about that. And when I don't have a specific topic, that doesn't mean that I should be just super general. I think we had like 5 people drop in and out, like during this 1 hour. And wait, let me think what happened before. Like when I got viewers, I've had titles such as Existing a While Live as Exposure Therapy or Radio Max radio voice mixing or like unboxing like some audio stuff, you know? So it was really selecting for the audience by the title, which is not something that I'm doing right now. But I guess they also see like the person. Do we update the title? We can call it I did really enjoy Endless Ramble by Lake. But let me just cut that and say that it's I will call it aspiring live streamer walking. I don't like the word aspiring because I am a live streamer. I'm live streaming right now. Like, am I a small streamer? Am I a micro streamer? What's correct? What's showing that this that like I often talk about becoming a creator. Walking as a small creator, I don't like to call myself small. I don't like it. I will never get anywhere with this tempo. Still haven't texted my mom about where she's at. And you know, like I don't even have to worry about the storage. It's like I can really like make more shit content. Live streaming, I really can. If that's like my fear that it has to be good. You know, I really have like zero risk. But yeah, one thing that I wanted to mention with this 2 to 1 dropping is that like I hear big streamers talk about like, oh, it dropped below 1,000 and they felt like shame. So they hid the number and stuff like that. So this happens at like all levels. And I was just even surprised that it happened like even at this level at mine, like at 2 to 1 or 1 to 0. I don't know which one it is. Mm, okay, I'm gonna call my mom. And actually, I should have been charging this phone this whole time because it's about to everything is about to die. That's part of why I don't live stream so much. Mm, working as a small live streamer. No, let's just call it creator support. Walking. Szia! Merre? Merre vagytok?
Figyelj, itt van ez a táj, ezt felám, és azon gondolkodom, hogy vagy a tájba jöjjön be, vagy a pizzériába.
Nekem pizzát van kedvem.
üljünk be a pizzázóba, jó? Itt ez a teljesen rossz, hogy itt az
Nagyon
étel.
üres.
De sehol a Balatonon nincsen senki, aki nagy delikát, ezt most elteretten egy üdítőt, a hánynak.
Jó, de a táj, az ki tudja, hogy jó lesz. A pizzát mindenhol meg tudják csinálni.
Jó, akkor pizzériában vagyunk.
Jó. Szia. Menj be, küld át, hogy hol vagytok. Ugyanúgy az előző mellett.
Ahogy kifordulsz, a legelső sarkon.
Ott
Nem mentünk följebb.
ugyanarra kell menni, mint az előző étterembe?
Hát itt csak erre tudsz jönni, persze.
Jó.
De nem kell addig
Jó
fölmenni,
van, szia.
hanem inkább a legelső, ez a faltalos.
Okay, creator support walking. I think that says like enough. That's the new title. So that we are like we are drawing in the right crowd. And like I thought, and there's Rumble part 2. Would I want to click on that? Like as a consumer? You know, probably not. Maybe if I know the author, you know? Caffeine. Yeah, I think I've leaned in too much into like having already like free people who know me and like sometimes rejoin my streams and like also like with Twitch that forgetting that titles matter. You know, I think Kik has done a great thing with making titles matter because with Twitch, you really can only follow for personality and then following whatever they are doing. And literally, Marlon has these call to actions for people to join their stream, which is like, I'm home, I got back, get in here. That's Marlon every fucking time. I'm subscribed for research. But it's not bad, like, but it's not really for like, I think it's not for like my age group, you know? It's like, I don't know. He's kind of like almost he's in like the Nickelodeon. And also if you get so big, maybe you can only get that big when you are talking to that age group. But they are kind of like Nickelodeon stars. That is the vibe. Which is like a great thing. Like if I was like, I don't know, if I was younger, like I would also, I guess, aspire to be that. But like I feel like just too distant from this, you know, already like in my late 20s. So I don't even like to say I'm in my late 20s. I'm Unk, bra, okay? Like, that's it. And now I'm going to be charging my phone. I'm going to be charging my phone as a small streamer creator support, charging her phone. Bro. I think I should charge both of my phones, probably. No, not this one. This one's fine. Okay, that's good. Some things are working here. I could have really put this on charger like when I got here. Bassza meg a kurva élet. Bro, no. Okay. I've there was some Hungarian cursing in there. You can curse on YouTube too, so it's okay. But like it's not good. What happened is that like the mosquito net was open and I have had the lights on this whole time. I think I'm gonna put maybe I'm just talking to the dog. His name is Baby slash Kefir. Okay. What now? What now? Well, I have to wait around a little bit because Because why? Because the charging. So what? I think maybe I should hit the bathroom. That's also something that like live streamers do, but I've never seen it. But I'm sure they do it. Like, yeah, I think maybe one thing that I could be doing like as a standard, bro. I have like something with my hair. I don't know, but yeah, recognizing that like my stream is going in a certain direction, like maybe I can track when did this endless ramble become about being a small creator as opposed to the last time when like it was last time I talked about like making a live stream podcast and making and like art marketing about the topic of art marketing. So when did I realize that that was what it was becoming? And then title the kick stream in a way that like it reflects the title. So it's like not deciding in the beginning, going with the flow, and then like just titling whatever it happens to be in the first 10 minutes. Like I could look back historically at the stream's transcripts and like identify what is the minute when I have this like call to action with myself. And like, okay, by the way, something I just did, like, okay, now I'm like, okay, so I'm waiting for my phone to charge before the walk. And something I just did, I've been like streaming now for an hour, some context for the viewers, because now we have free. And like, I'm a small creator, I'm getting into live streaming. And like, I'm experimenting with how to title my kick streams. And I just changed the title from Endless Rumble by the Lake Part 2 to Walking or like small creator support while walking. I think was that the title? Mm, creator support walking. Yeah, and now we have like peak viewers at 3. And before we had like 1 to 2 to 1 to 2 to 1. That's my puppy in the background. Is he hungry? He might be hungry. Anyways, so this is something that seems to work. So let's go walk. I think my phone is charged enough. I have like one phone that I'm streaming from and then other that gives it internet. So usually my streams end like whenever whichever phone dies earlier, that's the one that kills the stream. Okay, it's 23%. That will be enough. Enough for a while. We have here the podcasting bag where all the podcast stuff goes. Or like the good mic. Mm. And here we go. Are we ready? Really wanted to tie up my hair, but I can't. Can't find it. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Um, more water, and then we go. Okay, so I'm curious for the people who just arrived. You don't know pressure. I don't want to put like pressure on people, but I'm curious like how you ended up here. And like, was it the title? Was it like, are you trying to become a creator? Or is that like a special interest? Okay, we go. Do we go? Yes, we go. Okay, I have everything. Yeah. So I will make the tripod a little bit. Like now I have a microphone, so I don't have to hold it so close the phone to me, so that you can hear. Okay. I'm on a holiday, by the way, like family holiday, and I'm like podcasting and live streaming a lot. I'm getting some resistance from the fam. But I told my mom, like, do you want me to sell your art for like millions of dollars, or do you want me to sell it for $2? Because like without scale, that's what we are going to sell it for. My internet might cut out for like a sec in the elevator. I'm gonna wait a bit until we get down. Okay. Kind of dark. Bro. Light? Okay. Yeah. But you know, image really doesn't matter how good your image is. As long as you have crisp audio, you are good. You're able to hold the audience's attention with good audio. But people will not stand for bad audio. They will stand for like bad image quality. So that's why I'm recording only like 720p, and this with the streaming it's probably like worse. And yet it is fine. Now I had like a drop off from 3 to 1. That was sharp. That hit me. But it is like I think I will probably get used to it when it happens for the 100th time, you know? Like it's really strange that like I know that like this is, you know, so normal. Because what would I want? People for people to watch me for 8 hours straight, you know? Or like even to watch somebody for 3 minutes. It's a long time to retain attention. Actually, in the attention economy, in the TikTok fucking economy. So now I'm on a walk. Um, yeah, so it's a long time in the attention economy, even to hold attention for 3 minutes. So like this notion that like I should that like something happened and that's why it would drop 3 to 1, 2 to 1 to 2 to 1 to 2 to 1, you know? Um that's not right. That is that is not an informed deduction. Let's say that. Yeah, I think like at these numbers and even at larger numbers, before like finding your audience, these numbers are not really conclusive, right? Because let's say Marilyn Manson starts streaming or somebody, we should already be there. It should be like really close, right? Like we are going to get pizza. I should like recall, I should say everything as creator support, walking creator support, eating pizza. That's what it's gonna be. Okay. When I don't see my fam. Or do I see them? I see them. Okay. Sorry. One, one sec. This is something I do like when I arrive at places that I put the tripod away because it does scare people, you know? Hello. Sziasztok! This is my fam. Júj, anyukadat! Szia, mama! Szupi! Mama! Mert azt mondta, hogy nincsen jó kedve, képzel. Látom. De mondom, mitől nincsen jó kedve? Amikor az irányod, lehetek én ide annyit. Lehetek ide, mondom, elvégül. Lehetek ide ház. Arra. Arra faszol. Yeah, so now I'm with my family, so they are gonna be like a little offended, but also like not.
Mindenféle kaja van. Nem olcsó. Egy carbonara spagetti 5000 forint.
Bro, my mom just told me that like a carbonara spaghetti is costing like 15 euros. This is Hungary. Why? Like these are Dutch prices or even UK prices, and the food is not better. So what do I do with this? Okay, these are like the jogging boots of my grandma. Wow, mama. Na, most már mosolyogsz. She's smiling now. Na. Mindjárt meg leszel csípve. Egy kicsit.
Figyelj, van ilyen, hogy rostlapos csülök érni, guláš akármivel, görög, az van piros, egy cízása lehet a 4300. De itt van egy ilyen lap. Csak fél óra múlva zárnak, azért már ezt várják, hogy
Akkor meg. Okay, I'm gonna retitle it as Eating Pizza as a Small Life Stream.
Kirosztál is 5050.
I'm gonna call it small. It's fine. We are just changing the title per topic as we go to like be optimizing for retention in different segments of the live stream. I'm probably doing too much again and I should just stream for 7 hours straight. But this is what I'm going to do right now. But you know, because I can't be serving the audience that I wanted to be, this is my grandma, that I wanted to be serving like as a small creator while I'm eating pizza. So I'm not going to be able to retain them. That's like my theory for changing the title. Like my only live streaming audience ever came from Kick. So like and from like this findability. So that's why I'm like over optimizing this situation. Okay, kész vagyok. Megvan. Na. Jó. I'm gonna pull out the mic and not talk more. Okay, befejeztem.
Ez ilyen sertés, orda, burgonyás, fokhagymás, fetás, tejfölással.
Nagyon jól hangzik.
Ez nagyon színű. Én egy ilyet kérek tektöknek a mamával, az biztos. De meg
Melyiket?
ezt a kárpáti borzaskát, vagy hárman leszünk. Elég lesz háromnak, nem akarom szabálni.
Biztos megkívánnám. Biztos nagyon jó.
Elosztuk meg.
Jó. És megkérjél még egy másodikat, megkérjünk egy pizzát. Vagy hányat kérünk? Hány bejátszat? Ja, hát akkor megkérhetünk ezt is akkor.
Nyilván be tudunk zabálni, de én nem akarok zabálni. És nézzük meg,
Ja, hogy kérjünk csak 2 kaját, és osztjuk el 3 felé.
nyilván.
Ja, nyilván, jó.
Mert akkor az 10 000.
Annyira nem vagyunk éhesek.
Annyira nem vagyunk éhes, mama se éhes. Kérjünk egy főételt, és meglátjuk, jó? A cézásra lehet 5000 forint.
Aha, hogy finom egyáltalán nem.
Igen.
Jó, akkor kérjünk gyorsan.
Ez a vízparton mutatottuk. Amúgy hol néz ki a kaja. És rengetegen vannak ebben az mert tegnap is villam volt ez.
Az is valami is cukrival van.
Figyelj, kérjük ezt a kaját, és kérjünk leves. Van musle, van mográd gulyás, az is nagy kaja.
Azt te kérjük, mert nem bírjuk megérni.
Szerintem kérjük ezt az egy kaját, és elosszuk 3 fele. Meg lesz, ez nagy adag, nézzek meg egy adag. Egy táladag. Ez elég lesz. Jó?
Szerintem kellene 2. 2 kaja.
Jó, de mi legyen a második?
Amit az a csávó evett, aki mamától jobbra van. Valami szűzdérme. Jól néz ki.
Jó, akkor választ ki, jó?
Ó, de ez a bor. Megmostod? Aha. Ez fehér bor. Mert megkérdeztem, volt olyan bor, aminek 1100 forint volt egy deci belőle. Ez 600 valamennyi egy deci. Nekem nézzük. Kóstolod, mint ma valami? Nem? Hát ugye én nem tudom ezt eldönteni. Neked már ez jutott meg amúgy. Azt a szűzérméset, azt nézted ki? Aha. Sőt, krumplival. Aha. Mögötte. Mama mellett. Majd megkérdezzük a pincért, hogy ő mit tért. Okay, so something I'm noticing is that this stream isn't really working out. Partly because of the Hungarian talk. That's a big part of it. And then I dropped the mic because I thought it would be over talking, but it's never over. It's never really over. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna stop streaming now because I don't see the potential anymore. I feel like this
Figyelj,
is yeah.
kijövi töltött ércemmel, durvanyabb
Access,
idével.
come on. Ja. Köszönj el így a kezeddel. Ja.